And today, we're jumping right into Indiana University basketball.
That's right. Big start to their summer tour in Puerto Rico.
Huge start. If you're following IU hoops or just curious how a team looks under a new coach, well, this is for you.
Yeah.
They kick things off with a real statement win.
Absolutely. So for this deep dive, we're zeroing in on that very first exhibition game. This was August 6th, 2025.
Yeah.
Indiana facing Universidad de Bayamón.
Okay.
And what's key here, is that this game, we've got info from places like IndyStar, live updates from Zach Osterman on XCNO. This was the first proper look at the Hoosiers with Darian DeVries at the helm.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Our mission isn't just, reciting the final score. We want to dig into what really stood out, who were maybe the surprising players, and what does this first game kind of signal for the team moving forward, especially with tougher games coming up. We're going to give you the full picture, fast. So let's start with the result itself, because you can't ignore it. Indiana wins big, 98-47 over Universidad de Bayamón. That game was at Coliseo Guillermo in Carolina, Puerto Rico. A 51-point margin. I mean, that tells a story right there.
It really does. And you got to remember the context. This was game 1 of 3 exhibition games.
Yeah.
It's the real start of their preseason work.
Right.
Now, Bayamón, they were described as a Puerto Rican all-star team. But let's be honest, it became pretty clear pretty quick that IU's size, their length, their sheer athleticism, it was just too much for them, overwhelming.
You could almost feel it build quarter by quarter, couldn't you? End of the first, Indiana's already up 26-15, setting the tone.
Yep.
Then by halftime, it stretches to 49-23. And the key thing there, Bayamón didn't score for the last 4 minutes or more of that second quarter.
Yeah, that was a real shutdown period.
Total shutdown. Then the third quarter, it's 74-33. Indiana only gives up 10 points in the entire quarter. And reports mentioned the starters played maybe 2.5 quarters before the bench really took over.
About right.
And the final, of course, 98-47. Just a dominant performance from start to finish.
And what's fascinating when you look at how they dominated is how it seemed to mirror what Coach DeVries has been talking about, his style of play.
Okay, how so?
Well, even when they weren't, lighting it up from 3 in the first half, I think they were 6 for 21 or something.
Yeah, not great numbers there.
Not great, but they were still clearly intent upon being a team that runs the floor, spaces it, and scores from all over it.
Yeah.
That's a key phrase. We saw very few, designed post-ups in the half-court set. That's a big change.
That is a huge takeaway, that emphasis on transition. You saw it right. Reed Bailey grabbing a rebound and just taking it the length of the floor. Lots of those look-ahead passes, trying to get the ball up quickly off defensive boards. It felt really intentional, this fast pace, trying to dictate the tempo.
Totally. And on the defensive end, they weren't perfect, but you saw some real structural strengths. The on-ball pressure looked pretty disruptive. They forced Bayamón into tough shots late in the clock, caused turnovers. Now, sure, there were some breakdowns. You expect that early on, especially with help, defense rotation, switches.
Always happens.
First game out, exactly. But the individual defense seemed pretty solid. Guys weren't getting beat off the dribble very much. So that's a good sign, a good foundation.
Okay, and here's something that really jumped out, I think. The depth. Coach DeVries used everybody.
Oh, yeah. Deep rotations.
Every available player got significant run. It felt like he was not shy of running through his players, really trying to evaluate different lineups, different combinations on the fly.
Definitely feel like an evaluation exercise in that sense.
Yeah, less about any one guy racking up huge stats, more about seeing who fit where, right? And the energy from the bench, the chemistry seemed, pretty positive from the outside looking in.
Agreed. Looked like a connected group early on.
All right, so we've got the strategy, the pace, the defense, the depth. Let's talk players. This was the first real look at this new roster in game action. Who popped for you?
Several guys definitely made a strong first impression. Showed flashes of how they might fit into this new system.
Okay.
First, Trent Sisley. He was a major standout. Unofficial reports have him around 21 points, leading all scorers.
Wow, 21 for the freshman.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the scoring. It was the way he scored. Hustle plays, that knack for being in the right plays, cleaning up plays at the rim. There was apparently a putback dunk off a missed 3 from Tucker DeVries.
Nice.
That kind of energy play. It really suggests he's likely to play real minutes this year, not just be a bench warmer.
Interesting. Who else?
Reed Bailey. Man, he looked like a real weapon. Just so versatile. Looked comfortable as a primary offensive option at times. Ran ball screens effectively, really confident, pushing it in the open floor. and showed good finishing and instincts around the basket. Plus his passing, ball handling, rebounding. Just a really well-rounded performance. Looked good.
Okay, so Bailey and Sicily standing out.
Definitely. Then you had Lamar Wilkerson. He seemed like the designated go-to player quite often. It felt like the offense ran through him in stretches.
You could see that.
Yeah, teammates were clearly looking for him with the ball, kind of deferring to him in scoring situations. He's going to be relied on to get buckets, I think.
Makes sense. What about the coach's son, Tucker DeVries?
Right, Tucker. Obviously the most experienced guy out there, and you could feel his influence, just has that great offensive feel, knows how to make plays, how to bring others into play. He wasn't just scoring. He was distributing, hitting the glass, playing defense too. Had like 6 assists unofficially. His veteran presence is going to be huge.
Yeah, you need that floor general type.
Totally. And defensively, Tatum Connerway, he looked like a potentially dangerous two-way player, really active hands, a possession generator on defense, came up with a few steals, had some real grit on that end.
Okay, good defensive energy there. Anyone else make a splash?
Yeah, Sam Alexis definitely brought energy, came in during a bit of an early lull in the first half and really helped pick things up. Ended up with an unofficial double-double, something like 10 points, 10 rebounds, plus a block. Solid contribution in the paint.
Double off the bench is nice.
For sure. And then Alexa Ristic, the freshman guard, he got big minutes in the second half, was often running point, handling the ball on inbounds, showed good pace, good timing. You could see why he's considered a solid college prospect.
Another young guy getting reps.
And finally, Josh Harris. Left a solid impression playing with that second unit. Showed quickness, good activity level, some explosiveness. Chipped in with around 13 points unofficially. Another scoring threat off the bench.
So it really wasn't just one or two guys. Sounds like Connor Enright played hard, moved the ball well. Josiah Miles, maybe a bit of a slower start, but still got minutes. It feels like the takeaway is real depth, especially with guys like Sicily and Harris maybe providing more offense than expected.
I think that's fair. It suggests DeVries might have more scoring options, more versatility across the roster than maybe people thought coming in.
Okay, but it wasn't the full roster, right? There were some absences.
Correct. Important to note who wasn't playing. Nick Dorn and Jason Drake were both out with injuries. Drake's actually already back in Bloomington recovering.
Okay.
And the freshman center, Andrei Zachimovich, he wasn't there due to visa issues. The hope is he can join the team maybe by the end of August.
So you take those guys out,
Yeah.
and the team still puts up that kind of dominant performance. What does that signal to you? What does it all mean?
Well, if you connect it to the bigger picture, I think it suggests pretty impressive resilience and depth right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Look, this first game, yes, the opponent wasn't, a Big Ten powerhouse. We have to keep that in perspective.
Of course.
But it still provided really valuable insights into how this team is starting to come together, their early cohesion. It definitely lays a strong foundation for optimism. Now, the real tests are coming. They've got Mega Superbet up next.
The Serbian club.
Yeah, they actually played it before, a couple years back in the Bahamas, I think. Yep. So that'll be a step up in competition for sure. But this first showing suggests they're ready to build from here.
So there you have it, our deep dive into IU's summer tour opener. That 98-47 win wasn't just a number. It was really a strong first statement, showcased experience, emerging talent, and the early signs of the Darian DeVries era.
Which kind of leaves us with a big question for you, the listener, doesn't it? We saw a lot of qualitative stuff here. Team dynamics, playing style, rotations, maybe more than just pure stats in this first game. Right. So as Indiana gets ready for tougher games, like against Mega Superbet, how do you think this emphasis on running the floor, on that deep rotation, how might that evolve? Or how should it evolve?
Good question.
And which of these performances we talked about, maybe Sicily's surprising scoring punch, or Reed Bailey's all-around game, which ones will be the most crucial to watch as the competition level ramps up? Something to think about.
Definitely something to track. And if you want to keep tracking it,